I have believed this from the very beginning of my career, beginning with IBM. Everybody sells. It doesn't say on the screen here, everybody sells except CEOs, you CEOs in the room. It doesn't say everybody sells except you entrepreneurs. No, it says entrepreneurs, startup survival is 90% selling, 90%. I agree with that. Anybody disagree with that? Okay, I don't, the cross-section of those of you who are wanting to be an entrepreneur, those of you who have begun to be one, those of you who have started a company but haven't been funded yet, those of you who have been funded but haven't succeeded yet, et cetera, et cetera. The list is long and the sequence is long, but selling never stops in any of it, right? Everybody sells. I like to say that Einstein was a sales guy. He was. And there's nothing you can say to convince me otherwise. What he did was physics. What he was a sales guy. Come on, let's go back into his era. Think of yourself. Einstein had to compete for federal research money for Princeton as opposed to Harvard and Yale and other institutions of higher learning. Imagine him sitting around the conference table with other brilliant physicists talking about his theories and ideas. Tell me he wasn't selling. Tell me he wasn't being persuasive. He was selling. Everybody sells. And whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, you all are salespeople. That's what you are. What you do is what you do, but what you are is a salesperson. You accept it, and even if you don't, that's what you are, okay? I got a kick out of Darmish's, the question yesterday was, well, how do we sell more? We'll hire more salespeople. It was almost as if that's other people's job. I want to just mention something here. What if you thought about it from a different perspective? There's a story about perspective, right? There was a race, marathon race between two runners, each representing an economic system, communists and capitalists. Any communists in the room? Okay. All right. Well, of course, the capitalists won the race. I mean, of course. But we all know, at least we have been taught, the propaganda machine of the communists, right? And in the communist newspaper headline the next day, the headline read, "Communists place second, capitalists next to last." True, but a distorted perspective. So much of life, so much of your success depends on your perspective. And part of any effort, at least from a speaker, is to help adjust your perspective a little bit. And that's all I'm trying to do. And I want you to get to see that you are a salesperson.